Well, welcome to today's Senior Living. I'm your host, Doug Foster, and this is October the 4th. This is our 10th, number 10th, George.
Yeah, I think you meant August 4th.
August 4th. Sorry. That's just an old expression, okay? That's an old age thing.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Well, George, we have done 10 podcasts thus far.
Woo.
And I want to give a shout out to all of those folks who have joined me, who has joined me on Facebook as well as on YouTube. But we are going to keep on moving, George, as long as we possibly can.
That's right.
And with that, I'm saying, today is a special day, and that day is because of the fact that I didn't realize that 1 year has passed my old friend Warren Graves. But first of all, I want to tell my listeners, I'm broadcasting from Washington D.C. That doesn't mean I'm going to leave you out. Everybody that's all over the United States who wants to be part of today's Senior Living, you can always call us here at the 202-810-2663 because we want to hear from you. That's the most important thing, is to find our way to hear from you, because all of the things that we want to talk about is about seniors. And I don't want those of you out there in my listening audience want to feel left out because I'm here in the nation's capital, Chocolate City, once upon a time. But the city has changed around. It's changing a lot, and it's changing very fast. And my seniors who are living here in D.C. are struggling every day for one reason or another. Either they're struggling because their utilities is out of the roof, or they're struggling because their mortgages has increased. They're struggling because of insurance liabilities has increased. They're struggling because of their gas and their water is just out the roof. And so I don't assume for 1 minute that anything is going to change. So if nothing's going to change, we need to find a way to change it. And so those of us who are here in D.C., and you might be experiencing that in Baltimore, you might be experiencing it in Richmond, you might be experiencing it in Raleigh, you might be experiencing it in High Point, you might be experiencing it in California, but the economic trends of today is not what it used to be. And mortgages going out of the roof. I mean, think about it. Everybody who has a mortgage has their property tax attached to it. And when there's not enough money going into escrow, guess what happens? They send you a notice and tell you that your mortgage has been increased unless you put up enough to cover for the escrow. So there's a lot going on in our economy today, and I don't want anybody to think that because that we are not feeling it. Go to the gas station. Gas is off the chart. I mean, even Costco is $4.99. George, can you imagine that? $4.99.
I sure can.
So when we start talking about what the economic climate is for our seniors, and now think about the seniors. Think about your Medicare and your Medicaid. Think about your Social Security. Those are the two major factors. And think about your hospitalization. Think about all the things that we're struggling with, and the transportation from home to the doctor's office, and from home to the hospital, and from home to different places. It can be daunting for some seniors, especially my seniors who are in wheelchairs, and my seniors who on crutches, and those seniors who walk with a cane, and those seniors who has issues with cancer, and they're cancer survivors. We're struggling here, And so when you start thinking about all of the things that are going on, it's incredible. So call us here at 202-810-2663. And when you call us, let us know what's on your mind. Tell us what's going on in your life. I mean, we don't want to know but tell us about how things are evolving in your community, how things are evolving in your life right at this particular time. So, with that said, I just don't understand why we just don't begin to start doing something about it. If this was 1960, I don't want to tell you about what we'd be doing. We'll be marching. We will be sitting in. We'll be defiant. And I don't understand where's our spoke? What happened to us? You got too comfortable. You can't get too comfortable in this life. You get comfortable in this life and you are lost. You just lost. So I'm gonna tell you, seniors, just like it is with me, I'm there with you. Everything I'll be talking about is happening to me as well. Let's not get it twisted, because I'm here on this podcast, and it takes a lot. And the reason that I'm on this podcast is to talk to you and talk to you about what's going on in your world, because this is today's senior living. And I've talked about today, how we're living today. What is going on? I mean, this is the first of the month. That means you got to pay your mortgage. This is the first of the month. That means you got to pay your bills. And that means you got to pay your condo. And if you don't pay your condo, you don't have the transportation. And if you don't pay your mortgage, you ain't gonna be there long. And they told me that right now, the mortgage industry, foreclosure foreclosures now is up over, is higher than it's ever been in the United States. Foreclosures. And those foreclosures are here in D.C., they're here in PG, they're here in Montgomery County. People can't make their mortgage payments, and so they're in foreclosures. So, and guess who's gonna buy them out of foreclosures? Ain't gonna be nobody that look like you and me.
That's right.
We're not gonna be nowhere near it, okay? So think about those things. Today's senior living is about that. We want to talk about that personally with you. We want to talk about all those things. So call us here at 202-810-2663. And we're waiting to hear from you. But rather than to talk about anything else, there's nothing any more important to talk about is the care of seniors. What's your care like at the nursing homes that you're at? What about the care that you're getting at the convalescent homes or the assisted living? Are you getting the best care there? How is the caregivers treating you? Are they treating you with respect? Or they just let you go by? So this is today's senior living. We want to talk about those things. We want to talk about where you live, how you are living, and what you plan to do. I think that we got a caller on the line, George.
Yes, we do, actually.
Well, then, who is she?
We have Miss Lisa on the line right now. Miss Lisa, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Hey, Lisa.
Hello, how are you?
Is this my firstborn?
It is your firstborn calling
All
you from my front porch.
Where are you?
I am in one of my favorite cities outside of DC. I'm here in High Point, North Carolina.
Wow, baby. Wow.
You,
Well,
you
we never-
you always say to enjoy the life you have been given. And I am grateful, and I hope there's so many other newly retirees out there listening to your podcast who are really enjoying their retirement, because I'm enjoying mine. I sure am.
Well, that's good stuff. So tell me some of the things you're doing to enjoy it.
Well, just being able to wake up today and decide I'm gonna drive down to High Point. I was in Maryland, earlier today, and your grandson and I decided we were going to just come on down to High Point. I have a couple of friends that I have met down here, and he has some friends that he has down here. So we were like, hey, let's just go hang out down there for a couple of days. So I just like the freedom that this new retirement has brought me. And I just retired March of this year. And a lot of people would say, I retired a little early because I'm 58. I don't have a problem with sharing that.
All right.
But I'm enjoying it, and I feel like while I'm healthy, to go ahead and just take advantage of what health God has given me.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I felt like going ahead, and since I did save, I did the TSP all throughout my federal government career. So when they offered early out, that voluntary early retirement, I took it. So, and I'm enjoying it. And I think people should know, don't be afraid to retire.
You're right.
Because even if you don't have all your ducks in a row, I don't have all my ducks in a row, and I still just took a leap of faith because I can still work if I want to. You can always find. Look, I went and applied at Wise Market yesterday. Yes, the grocery store, just to do supplemental income.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be that job that matched the job you left. It doesn't have to be that same income. Just because you're getting that annuity check.
Yep.
Just thing that will, give you something more to do, have you around people, create your social circles, but just to have some additional income if you need to. So,
What do you think about seniors working? What do you think about that?
I think the seniors, if they want to work, then go work.
And should be allowed to work, right?
Yeah, if you want to work, because I hear a lot of people saying that they get bored. I haven't gotten bored yet, but I'm also only 5, 6 months into my retirement. But I definitely see a lot of seniors working at in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of seniors even working now more and more at fast food. They at the window giving me my Big Mac meal.
At McDonald's.
And, I mean, if you have to, or either you just want to maybe work a day or two. You know, you don't have to do it full time, but if it's something that can keep the endorphins that keep your brain going, then do that.
Yep. Because it's all about a mindset, Lisa. You know, if
It
you
really is.
it's a mindset, baby. You know, you got to think big. I think big. Okay, I think that I can walk on water. Would you believe that? I believe that
Leave that to Jesus, Daddy. No. You can do a lot of things. You can do a lot of things, but I think he has that already fulfilled.
Yeah, whatever the mind can achieve, it can succeed. Okay, that's what I believe.
Yeah, that's true.
So I believe I can live out my best life all my life. I don't care what it is, you know. And by the grace of God, He has blessed me thus far, and I can pretty much do stuff that I don't think that people of my age are doing, you know. Like,
And you are absolutely right. I mean, you got a podcast, Daddy.
yep,
I don't have a podcast, but maybe I should do a podcast too at some time.
yep,
Who knows?
absolutely. And
Who knows?
I got a broadcast, okay, and I'm working,
Mhm.
and now I'm working on toward trying to do forward TV with my with James Osley. Would y'all know? Shout out to James Osley. I'm gonna tell you, James is a man on the move. Okay, Lisa, he's doing everything you can think of.
He seems to be just as busy as you. James is everywhere, doing everything.
Everywhere, doing everything. And,
Yeah.
and
He is the Energizer Bunny Part 2. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And he's in the same mindset I'm in. Don't stop living. You know, you got to keep on moving. You know,
Correct.
and if you get sick, you know, if you get ill, rest, relax. And by all means, take your medication on time. Okay. Would you
That's
believe?
right.
You know, and your daddy is
So
not taking it.
You're not
Some
taking your medication?
girl, sometimes I'll be missing my medication. But I'm gonna tell you that wife of mine. Let me tell you one
Oh, I
thing,
know. I know she stay on you.
girl. She puts it out there, okay? She puts it out there. I mean,
Shout out to her.
yeah. I mean, she is Miss Fabulous, okay? And she keep it, you know, and it takes somebody to it takes somebody to be there to help you along the way, you know, because you can't do this by yourself, Lisa. You know, I've come
We
to that
all need
conclusion.
somebody. That's true.
You can't do
And
this
it's
by
good that
yourself.
you do have a spouse. Everybody doesn't have a spouse, but you might have your sister circle, you know.
Yeah.
I have a spouse, but I also have my sister circle who keeps me grounded, tells me like it is, you know, when I need to hear the truth. So when we can go out and have a good time. So I'm so grateful for my sister circle. And because all of us are in the same age group, you know, Sharon is a part of my sister circle. Your incredible co-host. Yes.
My co-host be traveling though. My co-host be traveling. She be traveling all over the world now. You know, she's a world traveler.
But that's what you can do when you retire. Retirement, she started. Look, had it not been for her, I would not be retired now. Because she told me a year ago, she was like, Lisa, you can do this. You can do this with me. I mean, we're the same age, so why not? Are you? I hope it's not a lot of background noise because I am on my porch.
Well, what are you doing on the porch, Lisa? I mean, I could hear background noise on the porch,
Oh, you
and I
can? Okay, good. Thanks for letting me know.
and I
Let me
and I
let me go inside.
and I love that porch also. I hope that you uh, out on the front of that porch. Are you on the front?
Yes, I'm on the front porch, Daddy,
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
like a true retiree. Okay, but I wanted to tell people maybe who are pre-retirement, already retired, newly retired. Please remember to check your SF50s because I was so excited that I was able to retire from the federal government. I forgot to have my benefits office send me my final SF50s. And because of that oversight, I realized after calling OPM that I'm not getting my full annuity check.
What?
My annuity, no, it is not what it should be. They also had me to where I was not receiving my first supplement, which is something I'm eligible to receive. But because I did not get my final SF50 to verify its accuracy, my annuity check is incorrect and my first supplement has not come yet. So now I've rectified it, and I've talked to my HR folks and benefits folks, and they've revised and corrected my SF50 and sent it forward to OPM. So I'm looking forward to seeing that correction
But I mean,
also in my bank account.
yeah. But there's a lot of people, Lisa, quite frankly, is not even getting their retirement yet, and they've been retired for the last 6 months. So you're fortunate. You're real fortunate. You
And
know.
I understand that because I think it just took me maybe 3 months before I saw the first annuity check. And I don't understand that. I do know that OPM does not look like it once
Not
did. It's
like it
like a
used to
lot
be.
of, right. So I know they have skeleton crews now. So I
Hmm.
do know that that will slow down things, but that's happening across the federal government in a lot of the HR offices,
Yep.
the benefit offices. There are some agencies that I've heard of have no more HR offices, which it's
What?
like how does it function? So what happens is it's like right now, there's not really a lot of hiring going on. I think there might still be a hiring freeze.
Mm.
So as long as you have some benefits people, they can maybe do all of some of the work that some of the HR folks were doing, or maybe there might be a skeleton crew of HR folks still around. It's just not what it used to be. I know what my HR office looked like when I left, and it was very minuscule. So
Yeah.
I hear
Yep.
that that's kind of commonplace now.
And that's pretty much the same thing that's at Social Security. They tell me that when you go to Social Security, you got to wait. Somebody told me you waited 4 hours just for somebody to come, for them to call your name and
Well,
recognize
you
that
know
you.
what? I don't know because I recently went to Social Security with my mom. And if you have an appointment, if you call them ahead of time and schedule an appointment, as soon as you sign in, 5 minutes later, she got called back. People were
See,
not happy with that who had been sitting there for a while, but she had an appointment. So get an appointment.
yeah, maybe that's what you got to do is to get that appointment
That's what
first.
you need
You
to do.
know,
Call, call and get an appointment.
all my seniors out there and my senior listeners out there, get an appointment with uh, Social
Social
Security
Security.
first, and before you go there, and stay, and you're gonna have to stay on the phone. That's forever. They make you stay on the phone forever. But there are some people out there who I'm thinking about the newly people, the people that's just beginning to get their Social Security. They go through a lot. And but the other thing is, at least a lot of my seniors are out there that now getting snaps. I don't know what's going to happen to snaps. Okay, so you're very fortunate. You know, you're very fortunate. I'm glad to see that you're doing the things that you need to do. But and I'm glad that you're able to go back and forth from Maryland to to North Carolina.
To North Carolina. Yeah, and you know what? I realized too a mistake that I also made. I don't know, maybe your other seniors have done the same thing. I still was spending like I had a job. So when I was newly retired, couple months, I was still spending. And I had to put the brakes on. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? You have to get yourself on a budget. I don't really like the word budget like a whole lot of people don't, but I had to slow down. So now I am very much looking at a budget, taking it easy, saying, do you really need that? Do you really need those new shoes? I don't care if they are marked down. Do you really need them? So I have definitely put myself on a budget.
Well,
I have also, go ahead, Daddy, I'm sorry.
that's smart thinking. That is very.
Yeah, I mean, you know your daughter. I like spending money,
Oh yeah,
but
you like money too. Okay,
I do.
you
I
like
do.
money. That's for
All
that's for
the
sure.
daughters like spending money. Yeah, but I now put myself on a budget. And because I'm not old enough yet, you have to be 59 and a half before you start to really pull from that TSP, the Thrift Savings Plan, without penalties. So I did find out from Thrift Savings that it's best to put yourself on a fixed withdrawal instead of take a lump sum amount out. If you take that lump sum amount out, and you're under 59 and a half, you will be penalized 20%, 30%, depending on what account you're withdrawing the money from. So I will be putting myself on a fixed amount because you can withhold taxes actually from that if necessary. And you may not be penalized. So if you just need $1,000 a month, every month for the next 6 months, you may not be penalized, and you may be able to withhold taxes during that period.
All right, seniors, y'all hear my daughter talking, and she's talking
It's
real
just things
tough.
I'm learning. Just things I'm learning in this early retirement phase. So get yourselves on a fixed. Don't withdraw that money all at one time or even a partial withdrawal. Just get yourself on something fixed, a couple thousand a month if you need that, 500, whatever it is you feel like you need. And you can reduce your penalties or not have penalties at all.
That's the only problem about being a senior. You got the budget, you know, and I don't like that word. I'm just like you. I don't like it, but I got to
I
do
can't
it.
stand it.
I hate it. Hated it.
But we gotta be wise. We gotta be wise. We don't want to throw everything away because we are living longer. So I might live to be 100 years old. That
You
money
will.
I saved up has to last me.
Yeah, you will. You will get there. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. But Lisa, I want to say this because I'm gonna have to take a break in a few minutes. But thank you so kindly. I am so grateful, and
Yeah,
I'm
Daddy, I'm
humble.
glad I was able to call
I'm
in.
I'm humbled that you called in, and please come back again. Don't stand me. Stand Daddy up. And I want my audience out there to know that daddies are, whether you like it or not, are given love by their daughters. Okay, I mean I get depressed sometimes. I get down. Daddies don't get the kind of respect that mama get, and this and that, and woo woo woo. But anyway, I
You
think
get spoiled, Daddy. Stop that. You
say,
get spoiled.
come on now, all daddies are spoiled. Come on.
I know you are. I know you are.
Well,
Okay, Daddy,
I
thank
take it.
you.
Thank you for being on today's Senior Living, Lisa. Please come back again. and ingratiate us
Absolutely.
and let us know how you've been doing, okay, in your early retirement.
Okay. Will do. Bye
All
bye.
right, then. That was my first, no, that was Lisa, and she's a card, okay? So, George, we're going to take a little break now, George, for maybe a minute or so.
Sounds right.
All right, we'll be right back, y'all. Well, welcome back to today's Senior Living. I'm your host, Doug Foster, and I had the opportunity to talk to Lisa Foster Miles. I tell you, she is quite a card. That girl traveled all over the place. One minute you find her in North Carolina, the next minute she's in South Carolina, then before you know it, she's in Atlanta, and then she's back in Maryland. I mean, does everybody have a daughter that move around like that? I don't think so. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I want to give a shout out to my son, too, okay? Wherever Jerome Williams is, I want you to know that you're my A spoon coon. You're my spoon coon, okay? But anyway, the thing is that you got to love your children, okay? You got to love your children, no matter who they are. You got to love them because they are there when you don't think they're there, okay? And they're different now. Trust and believe, your children are different folks, okay? If you think your children are different, check them out. They are real different folks. They ain't like you used to be, okay? You know how you used to come in and say, Ma said that you can't be eating without drinking your water. You got to drink your water after you eat. Kids don't be thinking about that. There are a lot of things that, you know, that we used to do that. I mean, because for me, if you wasn't around that, lamppost at 8 o'clock when the sun go down, don't come home. Just stay where you are because there's going to be something going on in the household when you get there, okay? Because if you ain't there when you ain't there for dinner at the time that dinner is served, I used to be out playing basketball, and when the sun go down, I ain't think about eating. And when I got home, you might not find anything to eat because Ma said to be here on time when dinner is served. And they ain't gonna put it in the oven and wait for you to come home. No. Helen didn't play that kind of stuff. Helen said when dinner is served, you better be here. And you bet not be half-stepping getting here, okay? But we had to be on the porch at 8 o'clock when the sun go down. Kids now, they're out until 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. What in the world can you do at 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning? Riding up and down the street. I hear mopeds going up and down. What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're doing on those mopeds? I know what they're doing. They're transporting, okay? And I don't have to tell you what they're transporting, you know. And it ain't just in D.C., okay? It's in Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, you name it. They're doing the same thing. Kids ain't like they used to be. I don't hear children outside playing anymore. George, have you heard any children outside playing in your neighborhood?
Honestly, not really. I mean, you know, not besides my next door neighbor. He has a daughter and a newborn. And sometimes, you know, she's out there. And then if my daughters are outside in the back playing around, you know, she'll come out and they'll play around together. But other than that, not really, man. And when they are, it's like you said, around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. You know, they're moving from one friend's house to another friend's house, you know, playing music and all this other kind of stuff, man. You know, it's a different time. It's really a different time.
It definitely is a different time because we didn't play that back in the day, okay?
Yeah, right. That's right.
We had strict rules.
Yep,
okay?
absolutely.
We yes, sir. No, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
No, thank you. Get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared to go to school.
Oh, yeah.
And don't be late getting there. And don't forget, you don't go to school without having breakfast. Somebody told me that the one thing that most children struggle with is that when they get to school, is that they're hungry.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about that?
But see, the thing about that, too, is that even school lunches now cost an astronomical amount of money.
What?
You know, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it costs my daughter, right now she's in elementary school, and I think it's like $5 a day for her to have school lunch. And I'm just like, wow. When I was a kid, I think it was like a $1.25, maybe even a little less than that. And now to think that it's up to $5 a day. And what they're giving them is not even anything that's healthy or, you know, it's just up to their standard of, you know, what they think children should be eating. And again, you know, she was in kindergarten going to first grade, you know, and I'm paying $5 a day, you know, and you're giving my child basically nothing that, you know, satisfies her and is healthy for her. You know what I'm saying? And so even that in itself is just crazy.
That's $100 a month, George.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
$100 a month.
Yeah.
And seniors, let me tell you another thing. They're not being fed right either, okay? Especially in these senior kitchens and places like that. I mean, we do not have a reason to have to go hungry in America. Mm-hmm. We do not have a reason to go hungry in America, y'all. Especially my seniors, we ain't got no reason to be hungry. I mean, because there's so many different food banks and so many different churches and community groups and community organizations, y'all. Reach out to, let me tell you something about when I was growing up. If you were hungry and the neighbor down the street will ask you, are you hungry? The neighbor down the street will feed you. I've had neighbors down the street used to feed us. When you're born in the inner city and when you have humble beginnings, there was always somebody in the neighborhood that would always feed you. That was, I mean, I don't care what it was. If it was a pot of beans, then you sit down with your friends and you eat that, and eat with them.
Yeah.
Okay? But that's how we used, and guess what, y'all? Y'all better get prepared because you might have to go back there. Based on the way our economy is rolling right now, y'all better get started because you're going to have to go back to where we came. I hate to be saying that in 2026, but the way the economy is going, we're going to have to reach out and touch someone. We're going to have to help others. And you can't be able to not help others. You're going to have to take a step of faith. So we got to live like we are poor again. I mean, I don't know what makes us think that we're different than what we used to be. We're the same folks. Same folks. Because things going to get harder in the times to come. And you're going to have to go back to from which we coming. And start beginning to think about and understanding that you don't get old by being crazy, okay? It takes a brave person to get old. I mean, it takes hard knocks to get old.
Yeah.
Okay? It ain't fun. But it's life, and you have to live this the best that God has provided for you. But we have been fortunate. We definitely have been fortunate. But I am so sad to hear that children are going hungry. And for you to have to pay $100 a month for a substandard meal for your child is insane.
Yep.
And another thing, George, I don't hear children running up and down the street and riding bikes. And y'all call me at 202-810-2662-63 and tell me when last time you heard some kids outside playing. I'm talking about a pack of them. I don't see them on the playgrounds. I mean, you just don't hear them, Where are they? So, are they home? And if so, what they're doing? But call us here at 202-810-2663 and tell us what's on your mind. And you can either call me now or later, okay? I'm here at Today's Senior Living, especially to find out exactly what is happening in your world. Again, George, I'm so grateful to be able to talk about my friend Warren Graves. I was supposed to have several of my colleagues to call me today.
Oh, nice.
But Warren Graves is not a lot of people around, in the DMV. A lot of people in the DMV do know Warren, but Warren passed away about a year ago. This is his anniversary. And I got to celebrate Warren because Warren has been a friend of mine for more than, I want to say 50 years or 60 years. I mean, he was somebody that everybody who was anybody knew him, okay? Here in the DMV. Warren was the alter ego for Marion Barry, Anthony Williams, Sharon Brad Kelly, all of the mayors that came around, Warren was the ultra ego, you know. So we got a caller on the line, Anthony Hood.
Yes, we do.
Hey, Mr. Hood, how are you, sir?
Hi, fine. How you doing, Mr. Foster? What a great program. How you doing?
Listen, I am so happy that you called uh, because I was just talking about Warren Graves. Tell us some of the things that you can remember about Warren Graves in your life, young man.
Well, to me, Warren Graves was big. He was a big guy in D.C., well known, and he worked across party lines, if so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah,
He worked with everybody, and what I liked so much about Warren Graves was I was a nobody, or still am, but he even paid me attention, and he was in the room with people who were making big decisions here in the city. And he would stop and take a moment to speak to me. And that was very encouraging to me for somebody of his stature and the things that he worked on, because he's worked with just about every mayor from
yep, he
back to, I
did.
guess, Walter Washington. So,
Yep,
somebody who lasts all those mayors and had those kind of positions, and he's done a lot for this city. And I said this a while back about Warren Graves. The stuff that he has done for this city will last for years to come. And we are all indebted to the work that he put into this city, but he's just an all-around outstanding guy.
yeah, but Warren, one thing about Warren, Warren knew government. You know, in this town, you got to know government. And
Right.
Warren knew everybody pretty much in every agency, every corner, you name it. Warren knew somebody about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
Right.
one thing
Right.
I could say. And in addition to that, Warren was humble, very humble.
Very humble.
You
Very
didn't.
humble.
I mean, when was there ever a time that you saw Warren uh, act irrational or anything? Never.
Always a very calming attitude. And when I have stepped with him in one or two meetings, he never got excited. If everybody else is excited and voices got like it's always the same tone of voice all the way across the board. He's just a great, outstanding guy, and everybody knew to call him, because if you wanted
Yes,
any answers, you called him.
that's exactly right. And if he
Yeah.
didn't have an answer, he'll find an answer. You know.
He knew where to go get it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember.
So
I remember a time that he uh, was demoted and ended up at the D.C. Water, and I caught him walking down the highway, and I picked, what are you doing walking down? This is where I work now, Doug. It didn't matter where you put him; he was always there. You know,
and
so
he made a difference that made a difference. Wherever he went, he made a difference. And I know I watched when I started understanding what was going on, and I started watching his ability and his stellar capability. I watched how under the Gray administration, how they put him in place to help the city administrator.
yeah,
I watched that.
you're right.
And I know who was really helping the city administrator, and that was the late, great Alan Liu.
That's exactly
It was
right.
Warren Graves.
That,
So I watched that from afar.
I did too, Anthony. I used to watch Warren director Alan Liu to go this, go right, go left. It was all about Warren, you know. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway,
So
I'm so happy that you was able to join us here on
yes,
today's
sir.
Senior Living Podcast, and I hope to get a chance to have you on my show again to talk about all the great and wonderful things that you do here in this city. No, we haven't talked about that yet, have we?
We'll have to do that one day, and sounds good. And keep up the great work you're doing.
We
We
got to do
appreciate you.
that. We got to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank
All
thank
right.
you.
That was Mr. Anthony Hood. Do we have another caller?
Not just yet.
Yeah. But anyway, when we talk about Warren, we talk about a lot of different places and things. Warren was a tennis buff. You will find him anytime, early in the morning, early in the morning on Saturday mornings. That was Warren's time to play tennis. But in addition to that, you will also find Warren at the DuPont Park playing chess. I say, Warren, why are you over here playing chess at DuPont Circle? He said that this is where I enjoy my time. And then you will find Warren up on 7th and S Street playing checkers with the street guys. I mean, this guy was somebody that you never will believe. But Warren was quite a fellow, I'll tell you that now. But I had the pleasure of being in his midst a lot. We'll be riding around in some of those old raggedy cars of his, and he was just as happy in those old raggedy cars as he was in a Cadillac, okay? But Warren was one of those, and he lived very modestly. He wasn't extravagant. And he was a big book reading fan. He was a reader. So I don't know about Warren. It just was a pleasure to me to be able to have a friend like Warren. And I miss those calls in the morning and certain times. And he used to get on my nerves sometimes. Boy, did he used to get on my nerves because he was rude and arrogant at times. And I used to, man, I don't want to talk to you. I'll just throw the phone down. But then he'll call me back, or I'll call him back and say, hey, man, you want to go and get something to eat? And I say, yeah, I'm ready to go. Say, well, I'm on my way. And so that's how Warren and I was. So shout out to Warren Graves, a man that we will never forget, who was gone too soon. I hope that everybody got a chance to learn something from my good friend Warren Graves. But I tell you one thing, when you come across somebody else like Warren, always remember that he's just one of a kind. God has a way of putting those people in your life for a moment such as this. But anyway, George, today's senior living is about seniors who are living. Okay.
That's right.
And the other thing we're going to be talking about a lot of things that are affecting our seniors legally. There's a lot of legal issues that we got to talk about. Okay, and also let me give a shout out to the I think it's the Prince George County Recreation that has the line dance. They had 900 people, and I don't know where it was at that, but them seniors was enjoying themselves, and they do it all the time. But you know what? Today's senior living is going to be doing something too. And I'm not sure what it's going to be or where it's going to be, but we're going to do something. But call us here, 202-810-2663, and give me some ideas about what you think that we ought to be doing. Because there's a lot of things that seniors can be doing that are not doing. And get up. Don't stay in bed. Don't stay in the house. Get up and get out. And begin to enjoy yourself and enjoy others. I mean, because there's a lot going on out here, but you got to also remember, be safe. And don't stay out there too late, okay? Because if it's past 9 o'clock, you should be inside. Because the streets belong to the young. I'm going to tell you. Because if you're out there after 9 o'clock, you're on your own. Because the young folks are out there, they don't be playing around. And they take it, I mean, they are doing in and everything that you can think about. So I want you to be safe out there, men and women. Be safe. And don't stay out there too late. Because for me, I'm in the house at 9 o'clock. You ain't going to catch me out after 10 o'clock unless on a very rare occasion I'm going to be outside or be out after 9 o'clock. Because if I am out after 9 o'clock, my wife going to want to know where I am and you better give an account of what time you better be back in this house. Okay? Because that sister don't play, okay? No, she don't. No, not her. Because she got something for you. If you come in here and she don't know where you've been and where you at, no. Because she keeps a tab on and I'm glad about that because, see, sometimes there's nobody that keep a tab on you, and they don't know where you are at any given time. I'm glad my wife keep a tab on me because she needs to know where I'm at because if anything happens to me while I'm out, she'll be able to know where I'm at or where I'm going. So now if y'all want to say I'm henpecked, yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Because I am not going to be out and about and without my wife knowing where I'm at.
You better talk, Mr. Doug. Go ahead, let her know.
I gotta. Do you think I need to tell her?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna. And George, I'm gonna tell you for yourself, okay? You better let somebody know where you at. If you ain't here,
Look, man, my wife got my location on my phone. She know where I'm at all times.
are you
of
on
the day.
check? Are you on check?
Absolutely.
All right. Ain't nothing
Yes,
wrong
sir.
with being on check.
Gotta be.
That means they care about you, George.
That's right.
If they don't care nothing for you, they ain't gonna check you.
That's right.
And that's love from the heart.
That's love.
That's love from the heart, bro.
Sure is.
Okay? So be thankful because God don't give you but one love, okay?
That's right.
That's going to do that for you, okay? And I'm appreciative every moment of, and I'm not just saying that just to be saying it, George. I'm saying it for all my seniors out there. Make certain that you got somebody who loves you and care about you,
Yeah.
and don't take it for granted, because we got a lot going on. So, with that said, George, just like I said all the time, stay strong, stay healthy, stay wise, and by all means, today's senior living is always going to be here for you.
That's right.
But until next week, this same time, the same place, God bless.